social justice goblin in the Bray Wyatt backyard. The happy fun time one. Oh my god, Bray Wyatt, I love him. Oh my god. Just love them. Saw that Helen's. Anyways, I still can't stop talking about that match. You know what I love about Jim Cornette? Jim Cornette is a master of self-improv. That's the skill you use to do promos. You use the last word after the last word after the last word and build, and build. And then explode, and then build, and explode. There's a pattern to that type of improv performance. He's not just reacting off something. He's building on his own storyline, and he's a master at it. I'm practicing it. I'm working on it with my YouTube channel. You know, I can pump up a crowd. I can get a crowd to boo me. Because, you know, the whole drag queen thing. Because the thing that I love the most about Jim Cornette is he is a performer I aspire to always want to be. Not really, you know, poetry is more my desire, but that's something I don't talk about. Besides Jim, I like Uncle Scrooge too. I'm sure you've met Donna. I'm sure you know who Donna Ross is. Anyways, you know, one of these days Jim is gonna find this. Or otherwise, it will be forgotten. And you know what? I don't care. I make videos in batches, 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of my day at most, to shoot, you know, cue them up and boom, 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 boom. Daily content. And I skip a day here and there because, you know, it's not high priority to have daily content. Sometimes you need to take a break from it. So you got to condition your audience. But what I was trying to say was, Jim is a master at this whole YouTube thing. He's got it all figured out. It's like studying a master performer who learned it through the school of hard knocks because he had to work in the wrestling business because he was a googly-eyed mark from hell. Still is. I swear there is a small ounce in Jim Cornette's brain that still swears that it's real. Even though he knows. Because you never let go of that. Because that's how you can suspend your belief in wrestling, because everyone knew it was fake and told you in school. You know it's fake! Duh. And then you met the idiot that thought it was real, and you're like, okay, yeah, it's, oh my god. Like, yeah, he's crazy. And you didn't realize he was crazy, because you never had encountered a crazy person before. And so you're like, yeah, it's real, and you're like, yay, I can believe in wrestling again. Because I was watching a Zack Ryder match, and I was on the WWE Network, and I was screaming and banging myself and going, you hurt my boy Zack! Getting passionate because I love the Major Brothers podcast. He's so good at YouTube. And he's a master at his craft too. And I mean, he just the love he shows for his collectibles. I mean, I would just like to go toy shopping with him and not get anything, and just sit there and like ask questions. Because I mean, the fascinating parts are hearing the stories about these figurines and stuff like that. Like those little hot, like I collect comic books, and like when I was reading comic books, you knew it down to the micro detail. I knew when I was like hardcore in video game collecting, I knew everything down to the micro detail. I love their little stories because that they know all the weird quirkies. They know what's valuable, what's not valuable, because they're passionate about toys. I'm still not trying. I think Zack Ryder is running a toy business on the side. He has an eBay store, definitely. I don't, before I accuse him of that, because I don't know. But he sells his 2-ups and gets an upgrade to his 2-up or something. Or, he sold off 2-ups. So I think he has an eBay store. Or because there's another thing on the internet. There's kind of like a underground, where these forums are, where, in Facebook and stuff, where there's a lot of like high-end collectors go to, because it's more private and exclusive, and they have really, because I got invited into that group through a channel that I will not name, and I was like, hey, he could be dealing off that market. So I don't know. Just curiosity. Because I don't know why you wouldn't plug your eBay site. I don't know, policies, I guess. I don't know. Nah. He just has collector friends he hangs. Because that's the other thing. That inside thing, it's private. You don't tell people. And you just don't tell people. Because it's an exclusive group. You got to show a lot of respect. And, these are passionate fans. And you see it in the Magic community. And that's not that's why I don't think he has an eBay store. Solved it. He's just selling amongst collectors. These are he's winning with the die-hard collectors that are just as passionate as him. Kurt Henning's passionate too, but he's a little bit more reserved. I don't know how Zack Ryder affords to live. I'm wondering how many credit card. No, stop that! Oh my God, that was not what's supposed to come out of my mouth. Oh Lord. Sometimes this improv gets ahead of you. And sometimes you got riddle you want to solve and things you want to understand. But that's that passion that attracts me to them. Because I was like that with video games. But I was never one that wanted to be on the old, sealed, perfect box. I was like, I got a copy. It's nice if it has a box. Nice if it has a meal, but really, I want to look at my cartridges. If I want to play one, I just want to grab, play. But I knew those networks existed. Because, GameStop employees told me. And it's those types of collectors that really bring a passion to that. God, this was talking about the things I love about Jim Cornette, and I Russian novel my way through a long, deep analysis that I don't know. I really don't know. I love his performance. He's a master, and I study him well. He can craft words like no one I've ever seen, and give you the most boringest details in a very entertaining way in an audio form. It's just amazing. That's why I don't care about video quality. Most people listen to this because there are YouTube channels out there that I listen to. And I like more discussion. But it has to be a one-way discussion, but you can comment and I respond and stuff like that. I guess these are like me letting my feelings out on this and kind of coming to grips with all this. Or maybe I'm playing a character. Who knows? Who cares? Jim is smart. Jim is smart. I can't. God, I'm a terrible singer. Oh my God. Oh my God. I had fun at karaoke a week ago. Oh my God, we got wild. I wound those girls up good. Oh, that drag queen came out of me, and it just was like, ah! People were screaming, hollering. I got a girl to say hell yeah, who would never say that in her life. It was so fun. And we ended with such a beautiful rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody. All of us out of tune. Lord, it was horrible. But it was beautiful. Because we all didn't care. We were having fun. And I guess that's why I get these deep thoughts. These are my deep thoughts. And I'm a really deep thinker. So what you're seeing is my inner deep thoughts at the moment. And I've been thinking all night about Jim Cornette, and this is why I'm making these. And then I have another video that is just nagging on my mind that I need to do. And these are all freeform. But ask yourself, is this the real me? Or am I playing a character? You decide. Besides, not many are going to see my channel. You know, my Jim Cornette video told me Jim Cornette. And I was reading his book today, and his writing style is great. I mean, I read the magazines he wrote, and his, you know, he has incredible handwriting, and he's a wordsmith. He's a good wordsmith. He's a poet, and you can hear it in his ear. You know, he there's poeticness to Jim Cornette. In his written form. It feels like you're going on an adventure. And then he goes into the boring parts because that actually was big deals back then, and that's how you measured a territory back then, was by that's literally how salaries were paid and determined. And so what he's talking about is, this is hot by giving you the numbers and the attendance and the gate. This was a hot wrestler, and this was, you know, it was cold because of this. But he had to tell it in a more journalistic style, because it's a straight to the facts type of thing. And the book is Rags, Papers, and Pins by Jim Cornette and Mark James. I bought one of Mark James's books on Bill Dundee on Amazon. Oh, sorry about that. It's on Amazon. Stephen P. Newman. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. Oh shoot, he's a lawyer too. Hey, contact me if I'm not allowed to say your name, and I will apologize and not do it. Okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore. No. It's a funny joke though. Because when I think of a lawyer now, when I face discrimination, which happens, hell, I wish I had your phone number in 2015. We would have had some fun. But it's good to know that. And that's my honest opinion on him. If Jim Cornette trusts him, I trust him. Because you ain't gonna pull the fast one on Jim. He's loaded. He ain't afraid to fight Russo. Oh my God. I'm sorry, the whole Russo Cornette, those two do not like Cornette does not like him. At all. And but anyways, so this is more of a thought exercise and why I love Jim Cornette, because he's such a master performer. Because you gotta know, the whole Russo and Cornette thing, that's gotta be fake. Until the protective order went down, and then I was like, oh, it's real. Because you know Jim would create hate. Would get as the baby face would create a total heel to play off of. But Russo was not getting the message. But you really actually hated Russo, because when he dropped that protective order, he was scared to death. Because you're one crazy man, Jim Cornette. Seriously. He demanded to fight him. He just kept adding stipulation after stipulation in favor of Russo, and Russo just finally said enough and threw down. He still said down that he can't harass him anymore. The protective order. And you're like, oh shoot, they hated each other. And Russo was scared of you because he knew you weren't crazy, because you're like me, you don't mince words. You're like, let's get to the point, no playing around, honest truth, boom. You know, you're going to get the details down and get them right. But you never know if Jim Cornette's trying to create a heel. So you gotta ask yourself, is this the real me? Or is this me playing a character? I'm not changing the name. I love that name. And the video quality will suck, because honestly, I don't have motions and hand motions and right now, but more my hands than my face, I guess. I'm not good at selling my face. I mean, I can play tough. Like, don't mess with me. So, I mean, I think I'll make a good ref. But you gotta ask. Am I real? Or am I an act? You decide. But I love you, Jim Cornette. And the honest truth is, you're a master performer. You're so poetic. You take me on an adventure. You guide me through the terribleness that is wrestling. And tell me what to watch. You know? But I might be playing a character. Alright. I love you, Jim Cornette.